So when I think of home, one of the things that really makes me feel like I'm home is when I see Orion in the night sky. And I couldn't tell you why, but when you travel around the world and you still see something familiar in the sky, it really just reminds you that everywhere can be home.
In my life so far, I worked out the other day, I've lived in over 45 different houses and lots of different cities and a few different countries as well. And I couldn't settle, I was a little bit flighty, just loved seeing the world, but I've made Coventry my home now, and I think that is a lot to do with the community that exists here and a real sense of place and being in the middle. We're in the middle of the country.
I'm a language support assistant. I love my job. There's children from all different backgrounds, all different communities, but we are a big family at school.
I've lived in Coventry all of my life, which would be near 23 years.
Well, I've lived on my street for 20 years now, and I would say I know 10, which is quite good actually, I think.
On the left side of us, it's this old couple called Andy and Pauline, and they're really kind, and then they give us Christmas presents and Easter eggs and Easter, and then just they're really kind. They always check how we are and.
Home with her and home with my brother and things like that it was always open and inviting. It was never shut up.
And you feel
once
that,
I
you
left
feel
there.
safe and you feel settled and you feel secure here.
We support the children, we support each other as well.
Gandalf sneaked in, unbeknown to me, and out through the cat flap and wouldn't come back, and it was midnight. But by 3 o'clock in the morning he hadn't returned, so I was wandering around the streets at sunup.
Oh, it's always when the trains slow down just as they get to Canley and it comes up and it says, entering Coventry. And we're like, no, we're not there yet. We're at Canley. This is not the end destination.
I was looking for him for 3 days and 3 nights, actually. By the 3rd day, I was starting to despair.
Just if I moved away, then I would obviously miss them, and it just wouldn't be the same going round and seeing them and then them come in to knock on my door to see if I want to play. It would just be completely different.
People were very kind. People printed flyers for me, put posters on lampposts, and everybody was looking out for him.
Last year, our deputy head died. It was a shock to everybody. He was only 38, 2 young children, and everybody came together as a big family to support each other.
Coventry is my home because of the opportunities it's given me when I was a bit lost between cities.
I got a mobile phone call and this lovely guy said, I'm looking out my window and I can see Gandalf sitting on a roof opposite.
There's a really good community of food growers helping each other do that here, going to an allotment together or taking over spaces that are wasted spaces, green spaces, and putting food in there for other people to enjoy.
And then the other side of us, they've just had a new baby. They've moved in 6 months ago.
And woohoo, there he was. And very scraggy and very dirty, but it was the best feeling in the world ever.
One person, my husband. He's a real home baby, so whenever I come home, if he's not there, I'm really disoriented, so he's home.
And suddenly I felt quite emotional about the community I live in because I thought, hey, I'm so lucky to live here and people care.
You know you're home then.
She likes to know what's going on in the world, so she'll find out something and then she'll come and tell us.
People just walk past these notices and things, don't they? They don't always take note. But that was one of the best things ever.
Home is the safety net, isn't it? Where you can hide for years or a few days or something until you figure out what you want to do next.